Nate over there. You guys can I'll kind of give a brief introduction on what we're going to be talking about in this hangout. About, what was it, 2 months ago, guys?
Yeah,
About
just
two
about.
months ago, yeah, 2 months ago in the month of May, myself, Julian Sherman, Nate over here, and Tanner, who you see over there in the beater, he's the one that's just ripped over there. We
Thanks,
all
Julian.
actually, we all actually went out to Thailand. We're all online entrepreneurs. We make our income online solely through blogging and affiliate marketing. And a lot of you guys who are seeing this video right now, you might be on our website. You might have seen, information on what we do. And we kind of just wanted to talk about, really, we wanted you to get to know us. A lot of times you could see us on the computer screen and you don't really know about us. So we kind of wanted to just, go into our stories, go into why we got involved in this, and talk about, like I was saying, in the month of May, we all went out to Thailand. We rented a 50,000 square foot mansion, and we filmed a reality show. We kind of wanted to, really give people quality content on what we do on a daily basis, what we teach others to do, and how really anybody can do it. So we really wanted to just come out here and talk about kind of how we got into it and stuff like that. But if you guys wanted to kind of talk about kind of a few things here. I mean, what was your guys? We'll start talking about kind of the show in general, because basically in 2 weeks from now we're having our launch party. We're having a huge launch party. There's going to be over 1,000 people in Denver who are going to see the release of the show, and we kind of wanted to come here in person and give you guys a little bit of teaser on kind of some of the episodes, some of the seasons, because all of us were in a different season. um, Nate over here in the middle, he was actually you were season 2, correct?
Right, season two.
Yeah. They were broken down in basically 4 seasons. We did shooting for 4 weeks, and each of us were on a different season. I was on season 3, and Tanner over there was in season 4. So I kind of just want to, enough about me already. I kind of want to, find out from you guys, because I know we all had totally different experiences. I'll tell you, I had some life-changing experiences at this mastermind, and being filmed for the show. Really, just learning what's really possible if you have, a correct vehicle, if you have a way to do something, and really just like that. So I mean, if any of you guys want to kind of reach out and let us, Tanner over here, you're actually moving to where are you moving in September? You're moving to Bali, right?
Yeah, we're moving to Bali. Lindy and I, my girlfriend, she was out in Thailand with us for the AWOL experience that we like to call it. And when we were there for season 4, we really had some big breakthroughs of just how simple this whole online world really is if you just decide to acquire a certain skill set to get you where you need to go.
Right.
And the biggest thing that we found is that once you acquire that skill set is that you basically have no limits to what you can do. You have no boundaries to where you can go or where you can run your business. And we're from Edmonton, so it's cold here about 8 months out of the year, I'd say. I mean, we had a big heat wave of 30 degrees and 35 for a week, and that was about it. Other than that, it's 20, and then for the majority of the year, it's snowing. So a big
Yeah.
goal for us was to live on a beach and live in a tropical climate. So as soon as we got our businesses up and running, we said, hey, why are we still here if we have the ability to go and do the things that we really want to do? And we made the decision while we were in Thailand. We said, you know what, boom, let's go. Let's move to Bali. We've had some friends that have been there before, and they absolutely loved it. We rented a 2-story beach condo on the beach. And originally we were planning on moving in January, but when we were in Thailand there, when we had those mental breakthroughs and mental shifts about our business, like, why delay this even more? And we'd be going into the cold season once again in Edmonton.
Right.
So we're kind of like, let's live on the beach and have a good time.
That's
So,
awesome, man. I can't believe that. That's going to be amazing, and it's kind of cool that we're all on this call here, because each one of us are kind of planning the same thing. You're making your move in September, and me and Nate, I think you're going. Nate's actually planning on moving to. We might make a move to Colombia or
Colombia.
Thailand, or
Right.
really wherever we choose, because honestly, when you have this mobile lifestyle, like you said, Tanner, I got into this business it's not that I wanted to learn marketing. It's not that I wanted to learn how to do ads and blog and all this stuff. I
Right.
wanted to be able to live wherever I wanted. I see all these people. I kind of want you to talk about your job, Tanner, and I don't know if you could have traveled in real estate, but talk about a little bit of was that a big reason you wanted to leave real estate, was because of the time, or talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think a big reason, like I was fortunate to do well in real estate, but it was kind of a catch-22 because the better you got and the more awareness the community had of you, the less time you had. And I'm one of those people that loves to work with people, and I don't really know when to say stop or, kind of have that cut time of okay, work's over and now it's my time to do the things I want to do. I just want to help people all the time, and you can travel a little bit with real estate, but the thing is you have another agent usually looking after your work and your clients. And to me, at the end of the day, to do the amount of traveling that I wanted to do, it wasn't fair to my clients to be working with someone else when they wanted to work with me. So that's one of the reasons why I transitioned out of real estate. Like I said, I love still working with people, and real estate's a great industry, but I just wanted more flexibility for traveling and just living in a warm climate. Really, I mean, that's all it really came down to.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man. What about you, Nate? I mean, I know you're planning. I mean, I'm planning on making my move around October time. Fortunate enough for all of us on here, our businesses are going extremely well, and we did get some insights in Thailand, and we really did learn, kind of how to build a business the right way, through
Right.
various events and stuff. And I know you too are planning on making your move. What's kind of give people a little bit about your story about kind of what you were doing, because I know you were doing the 9 to 5 grind. You were hustling and bustling,
Man.
but I don't want to tell your story. Tell me a little bit about how you kind of got into this stuff.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, I was an accountant working in corporate America, killing myself, man, working 10, 12-hour days. And I was fortunate to have that job being so young. I'm only 24 years old. I got the job when I was 23 years old. So by a lot of people's standards, I was doing really well. I was making good money, had a good secure job that I can always count on to be there. But man, I was not happy. I was miserable, man. It got to the point where I would hate waking up in the morning because I knew I had to go to work. I knew I was going to be there all day. I knew I was going to be annoyed with my coworkers, annoyed with emails, annoyed with my boss, and then I find myself watching the clock, you know, just watching the clock,
Yeah.
waiting for 5 o'clock to hit so I can go home. And then, but it's bittersweet because you get to go home, but you got to wake up and do the shit all over again the next day. You know what I mean? So it got depressing, man. And then I would look at my coworkers, and they were a little older than I was. They were 5, 6 years older than me, and they were miserable, man. I just didn't see them happy. You know what I mean? I didn't see them progressing. I didn't see them happy, and I didn't want to be like that. And it really hit home with me. I think I really had that breakthrough one day when I was actually getting training from one of my coworkers on something that he was trying to show me. He was kind of handing off one of his tasks to me, and I saw him banging his head on the desk, and he looked up, he laughed, and he said, "Nate, this is going to be you and your next step up."
Oh
And
man.
I looked at I looked at that guy and said, "Percy, no, it won't. That, that's not
Oh
going to be me,
man.
man. I do not want. I don't have the desire to bang my head against the desk at all at any point in my life. Why would I want to do that?" So it was then that I knew I had to get out. I had to get out, man. So what I did was I listened to my mentors. I dug in. I plugged into the system that we have here, and I worked my ass off for a few short months, and I was able to walk away from my job, man. So by the time that I actually got to Thailand for the AWOL experience, I was retired. I was 24 years old, retired, and the show it changed my life, man. Just like it did for you, Julian, just like it did for you, Tanner. It changed my life, man. I was transformed because it was the first time that I was really exposed to $1 million lifestyle ever in my life.
Right.
I've,
Yeah.
I've,
Same
I've,
here.
I've had nice cars before, but it's a different story when you walk into a mansion like we were at with the view that we had. It was just breathtaking. Every bedroom had a crazy view. The house was plush, you know, so white houses, big
Oh my
windows
God.
everywhere,
Let's
you
talk a
know.
little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the house. I mean,
Man, it was crazy. It was nuts. I'd never seen a house like that, let alone lived in a house like that. So I got to live in a house like that, you know, wake up in the morning to this breathtaking view. You know what I'm saying? Just walk
right.
out onto your balcony, your own balcony, and you're looking at the sea. You know, you're looking at the jungle on this side, the sea on this side, man. It'll do something to you.
Gorgeous.
You know, it'll do something to you, man.
Right.
It raised my financial thermostat so high, you know, and I think that's the biggest takeaway that I got from it. It really allowed me to see the possibilities. Like I said, my financial thermostat was raised. So, and what I mean by that is life doesn't have to get any worse than that. Like I don't have to settle for anything less than that with what I have here. I have the ability to make money, great money, from anywhere in the world. All I need is a computer and an internet connection, and I can get paid.
Yeah.
Wow, it is a
So
great feeling.
and
Every
and,
time
and
somebody brings that up, I'm just like, wow.
man, it's crazy, man. And actually before that, my idea of living good or living in a nice home was getting a condo on the river. You know, I'm from Memphis, so we got the Mississippi River here. So a lot of the people with money, they go live on the river in a nice little condo. That was my idea of a nice life until I stepped foot in Thailand in that house, and I was like, wow,
Wow.
I was shooting for living on a river.
Yeah, well, before we kind of, a lot of you guys watching this, by the way, our show is coming out. We're actually launching season one. So everything that Nate's really talking about, the house and everything, we're kind of giving you guys spoilers because we really haven't
Yeah,
launched this yet. And if you guys want to get a seat, enter your email address below, click a link that will kind of give you access to the episodes. We're going to have everything provided for you guys so you can really see. But before, we really give you any, spoilers on kind of everything we seen there, because I kind of want to hear what your takeaway on it, Tanner. And I know you went out there with your girlfriend, and you guys are both moving to Bali, and that's just amazing. And Nate went out there, and now he's moving to Nicaragua. Is it Colombia?
yeah, Colombia.
Colombia. I may
Probably,
be going to Thailand with
I
my
think it's
girlfriend.
Medellin. Yeah, Medellin.
Medellin, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm looking into it too because honestly, it's doable and it's not very expensive. And the reason is because we can do it from our laptops. But before we really get into kind of what we experienced out there, and kind of give you guys maybe a little teaser here, I wanted to reemphasize kind of what we experienced there, and maybe Tanner can, because I know what was it that we had out there, with because it was a $250,000 project, was it not? I mean,
Oh yeah. The,
what did we have access to? I mean, what was there, Tanner? You got to tell us because I know you had a good time out there. Tell us your takeaway on it.
I mean, the thing is, it was a big production. Like, what blew me away is that when you get there, to see all the behind the scenes of, the sound, the audio, all the work that goes into it, this was a big production. This
oh yeah.
is top quality, entertainment here. And one of the big things for me is that waking up every morning, we'd go upstairs and we'd sit down and start working on our laptops, and you're overlooking it, and which is overlooking the whole city of Bangtao, which is overlooking, the sea. And you hit a button, and a cappuccino is made, and you're just sipping the cappuccino.
Yeah.
Your breakfast is getting made for you, and it just
Oh
raises
man, you're taking me back right now.
I know. That's why I'm excited to see everything because to kind of relive it. And I mean, yeah, I mean it's really true. The cappuccinos. I got addicted to cappuccinos because every morning we would go downstairs. You press one button, you have a perfect cappuccino in a cup. Imagine how many cups you would have. But yeah, right.
And
Um,
a full staff, chefs, everything, maids, everything.
yeah,
It's the life, man. It was the life.
yeah. Basically, for you guys who haven't been maybe following us, or maybe you're just seeing this right now, we all, like I said earlier, we make our income through blogging and through affiliate marketing. So everything's web based, and one of our partners, one of the people we work with, who does the same thing as us, before he got involved in all this, he was basically a Hollywood film editor. He was making a very good income, like a lot of people here. Tanner, I know you had a six-figure income and you're supplementing it with this. He was a Hollywood film editor, and he was making, good six figures. But he wanted the time freedom. And a lot of people like Nate, he wanted the time freedom too. He was making good money, doing an accounting job. It was secure, but he wanted time to, do the things he wanted, and not ask his boss if he could go, take a piss.
Right.
That was
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So this guy basically talked to his Rolodex of connections, people that he worked with in the industry. You know, he helped cut films for The Real World, The Bachelorette, Hell's Kitchen, and all these high-end shows. So it was a big project. So basically, we got together a camera crew that cost $200,000. Was that right? $200,000.
Yeah, I think it was like a quarter mil.
Yeah, it was $200,000 for the camera crew for the month, so it wasn't cheap. You know, we had to we kind of co-op the experience. Everybody who was on the show, we had 32 people, you know, in all 4 seasons, and we all kind of split it up and made it work. So we had a $200,000 camera crew that was filming our every move, you know, everything we were learning, you know, all the insights in our business that helped us take our business here full time so that we can move anywhere in the world and do whatever we want. All that was filmed and documented so people can really see what's possible, because most people think that you need a 9 to 5. You know, before I was doing this, you know, I was a personal trainer, and I thought, you know, I was going to make $15 an hour for the rest of my life. But once I kind of started reading books and meeting mentors like you guys met, we all have the same mentors here, and we talk together and share different things. You know, we kind of learned how to make our money work for us rather than us work for our money, and that's what we really teach people how to do. So this guy, Glenn, who put together the whole production, we basically, with the $200,000 camera crew and the house we stayed at, which if you scroll down, you'll probably see pictures of it. It was a hillside mansion. It was $50,000 for the month. So like Nate said, I mean, my financial thermostat shot up 100 degrees. You know, what's acceptable to me financially after being there, it's not the same. And I mean, Tanner, you right now, you were successful in real estate. You know, you had a good income, and you probably had a really great lifestyle down in Canada. I mean, for you, what experience was it seeing just that level of luxury? I mean, to me, it just blew my mind. It was nuts.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, obviously, I see a lot of houses, and I, work with a lot of people, and I'm, I guess privy to a lot of different lifestyles and stuff like that, just through clients and my work history and stuff. But to actually see it on that magnitude, and it was 2 hillside mansions, because one of them was 7 bedrooms, the other one I think was 4 or 5 or something. Both had infinity pools. What was crazy is that you could jump on the roof, and you could jump from the roof of the house down 2 stories into the infinity pool. So I mean, where can you do that, especially where I'm from?
You remember Glenn almost broke his head when he did it?
Yeah.
The guy I was telling you about, who put the whole production together, he decided to hopefully this leaked information doesn't get shown on the show, but he decided to jump from the very, very top and almost cracked his head on the edge, but we all did it and it was safe. But
well, I think you hit it on the head there, Julian, when you were talking about people just kind of believing and seeing all of us from all walks of life, because we weren't just all young guys on the show. We had a wide range of people, from people just getting into online marketing, people that are seasoned veterans, from people that are 19 years old all the way up to I think 65 or 70. So when you tune into the show, you're going to connect with somebody different depending on where you are in your life and what you've been experienced to with your life as well too. So I mean, it's going to be for anyone that just maybe is looking for something different, or has maybe had that idea in their head of, how is this all possible? I'm too old, or I'm too young, or, it can't work for me, when really it's just around the corner. And I think that's what our big aim for the show was, is just showcasing online entrepreneurs that are having their mental breakthroughs and just showing you how they're getting through their business and making it successful.
Right.
Yeah,
and like you said, Tanner,
true.
showing you how close you really are. A lot of people don't really understand how close they are. I haven't been doing this shit for years. I haven't. I've been doing it for a few months. You're only a few months away, if that. It's all a matter of how hard you're willing to push, how hard you're willing to work for what you want. If you let your goals be your fuel, then you can't lose.
Absolutely.
You can't lose, and you'll get there a lot sooner than you think. You know what I mean? It's all like you said. It's all about mindset, and that's what Thailand. That's a big thing that I got from Thailand. The AWOL experience was I got my mind right. I got myself in the right mindset, man. The abundant mindset. The I deserve this mindset. You know what I mean? Like this. Why I shouldn't settle for anything less than this. Like after being there, after seeing that and seeing how attainable it is, there's no other excuse.
Right.
You know, there there
Yeah.
there it just there isn't.
Yeah, and I think I kind of want to emphasize this point. I mean, when I got, I kind of wanted to emphasize people, like you said, it's really not a long process to kind of get up and running. I was able to build my full-time income here in less than 90 days. I have a solid income where I can move to any, country in the world, and I know that I'll be able to, survive for the rest of my life. Just in a short 90 days, we've all built up our income here, and I wanted to emphasize to people that it's really simple. It's not something. When I first got started online, I really overcomplicated things, and once I actually made it simple and listened to what my mentor said, once we came to Thailand, all of us here, our businesses exploded. We started making very, very good money, and it's because we got our mind right. And a thing I wanted to emphasize about how simple it really is. I mean, myself, I went through high school with a 2.2 GPA. I graduated high school with a 2.2 GPA. I wasn't somebody who really, paid attention in class, because I thought that listening to teachers that didn't, have what I wanted, it was just pointless. So I never really put in that energy. And kind of, going through college, I was kind of going to school for business. Just to give you guys a little bit of background on myself, I was going to school for business, and it was the same thing to me. I just couldn't see myself learning from people who didn't have the results I wanted. So I think a big thing was going to Thailand and really realizing how simple it was. I was able to build, a successful business where, I make more now than a lot of my friends' parents, just because, I followed a simple system, and it's really that simple. Because, like I said, I had a 2.2 GPA. My grades weren't good, so I think that just getting that education from the mentors there, because we had mentors out in Thailand that have made over seven figures in their business.
Mhm.
And they really laid out to us, what it really takes to build a successful business online. And the truth is, I mean, how much time do you guys spend on your business here? I mean, the show's going to kind of talk about, kind of what we do in a lifestyle and the kind of lifestyle we actually live. You guys will see footage of the kind of stuff that we do, the kind of mansions we live in, and just the lifestyle we have, just because we decided that we want to put our foot off the brakes for 90 days and just hustle towards something. And we all made it happen. And I mean, it really didn't take. I mean, how long does it actually take you? How about you, Nate? I mean, how many hours a week do you put into this business? How long does it take you guys?
If I told you, you probably wouldn't believe me. you
Yeah, I
know,
would say the same thing.
I might, man. I might. I mean, I'll be honest. There's some days I don't do shit. But on a normal day, man, I'll spend maybe 2 or 3 hours, maybe,
That
max.
that's a
At,
lot to me,
at the
man.
very max, yeah. At the very, very, very max, 2.5, 3 hours, man. Um,
Wow.
but a lot of my friends think, they're like, you just quit your job and now you just don't do a damn thing. I'm like, well, I kind of do, but you just can't see it because it's only for a few minutes a day. You know what I mean? But
Right.
but that's the beauty of it, though. You don't have to spend your whole day working.
Yeah, you just put some marketing in place.
Right. Right.
Put
Once you
what we have
once
in
you have
place, and
once you have the tools and resources in place that you need, they do the work for you. It's all about leverage. So that way, you spend your time doing whatever the hell you want to do, and that's why we all got here. That's what all brought us here, and that's what we're here to do. So I'm just living the dream that I set out to live. You know what I mean? If I can make a hell of a lot of money working only 3, 4, 5 hours a week, why wouldn't I do it? You know what
that's
I mean? Why
awesome,
wouldn't I
man.
do it?
I love it,
Because
and I'm so happy for you, man, because you just
yeah, man.
literally you just broke free from the matrix, man. You were in a serious 9 to 5 job, and you just left that. I mean, that takes guts. Most people won't leave that comfort, and I mean, you too, Tanner. Like, you had a great income too. I mean, we all had to burn our bridges so we could focus on what we actually had to do. And like you said, it doesn't take a long time. I had to drop out of school. That's what had to give me the fuel to make it happen, and that's what gave me the push to make my full-time income online right now.
Yeah.
And it just we're all just making more and more money week after week, month after month, just having our income on autopilot. I wake up at one, like you said, I'll talk about my hours, how many hours I put, and then Tanner, I want to hear, because I'm interested. I never really asked you guys, but I want to know. So Nate puts about 2 hours a week. He's making his full-time income doing this. He was able to leave his accounting job, which he had a full-time income. So I mean, me personally, uh, I put in probably, the thing is, dude, I'm not a morning person. So
Yeah.
my main goal, when I had to wake up for class, that feeling of just knowing I had to wake up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I literally, when I woke up, like I had the feeling that I wanted to throw up. I was just like, this isn't for me. And like, how are you supposed to do something? How are you supposed to be functional if you're not in the right state at the time? So I mean, it may sound funny, but I got into this so I don't have to a lot of people ask us, what business are you in? And I tell people I'm in the business of putting alarm clocks. I mean, I'm in the business
Alarm
of
clock
putting
business.
alarm clocks out of business
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we everybody we start working with, they start making an income, and they don't have to worry about it either. And that's why, I mean, I'm so passionate about all of this, and I know you guys as well, because at the end of the day, we do help a lot of people make money. I mean, you guys too, in your personal business, you have people who are having results too. It's different to start having results, but for your team to start having results, it's awesome. So we're
Oh
really
yeah,
passionate
yeah.
about really showing
It's a
people.
totally different feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, I probably wake up, my schedule, I probably wake up at 1 p.m. I check my 1 p.m. in the afternoon, because I stay up late at night, but I probably wake up at 12 p.m., 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and the first thing I do is check my email, my inbox, and I made my money for the day while I was sleeping, and it just blew my mind, because before this, I was in businesses where you only make money if you're
If you
there,
show up to work.
doing something. If you show up
Yeah.
and do the work, time equals money, and I didn't want time equals money. I wanted, I wanted to leverage my time. Um, so we have the ability to wake up and have an income, a serious income, that you can take to whatever level you're willing to put in, and and it just comes in. It comes in no matter what, whether we're there or not. So I wake up at 1
Right.
p.m. I get some reading done. A lot of us work on our mindset, and we'll tell you, that's an important thing to kind of work on your mindset and work on yourself. So before I even get started, I just do an hour of reading, or maybe I'll take a jog and listen to an empowering audio, and really just kind of work on my mindset and get myself, ready for the day. And maybe I'll send out an email that takes maybe a half hour. I'll write it out an email, you connect with some people that that started working with us, and then I'm good for the day. Then I either go to the pool for 5 hours, I either hang out with my girlfriend, I either go to Thailand to be on a reality show like all of us did, and we really just do what we want. I mean, I read a book that many of you may have heard of, and you guys probably heard of it, The 4 Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss.
Yeah.
And it's funny because right when I started, earning my income from blogging and affiliate marketing online, I read that book at the same time I started, and it was crazy. Have you read that book, Tanner?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Absolutely,
It's
it's a
amazing.
book, and it's crazy because the book's called The 4 Hour Work Week. When I read that, when I first saw the cover, I was like, "This is just the biggest scam." It was a New York Times bestseller. I was like, "All right, it just people are just buying it because you can work 4 hours a week," but it's not true. It's just a title that intrigued people. But I opened up that book, I plugged into the resources that we have here with our online business, and they were exactly congruent. And lo and behold, now I'm putting in about 4 or 5 hours a week in my
Right.
personal business.
Right.
I mean, how about you, Tanner? How much time do you put into this?
Well, I mean, I really want to crank it out, so I'll do 2-3 hours maybe a day.
But that's full time. But that's full time,
Well,
right?
yeah, exactly, right?
That's cranking it. If 2 hours is cranking it out, man, I want to be like you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
That
biggest thing. Like for
yeah.
for me, I was looking for leverage, and being privy to a lot of different businesses, being franchises, restaurants, whatever they may be. I was always looking for the vehicle that was going to give me the most leverage for my time, because to me, my time was so valuable, because you're never getting that time back, and you never know when it's going to end, and it's a non-renewable resource. So I was always about setting up a system once and just using that system and let that system do the work. And in the online world, that's what you have, just because of the way it is. Everybody's online and everything's a system. And a lot of the people that are out there now in economics and stuff like that, and we're talking about how long it takes people to get to a retirement age or retirement income, they're saying that if you're or what was accomplished in 60 years or 30 years of working, it can be accomplished in 5 to 10 years if you utilize the internet, just because your space in your marketplace is huge and you have the leverage systems.
Right.
So people are accomplishing by the time they're 60, people can accomplish by their 30s or late 20s. I mean, it all just depends how hard you want to crank it out. And it's really neat seeing everybody's kind of mental breakthroughs on the show when we're talking about that, and when we have those conversations. And yeah, it's just a powerful, powerful business if you really understand it and get good at it, and you learn that simple skill set.
Wow, and I love talking to you, man, because you were very, very successful in real estate, and you're somebody who knows numbers, you know businesses, you know how acquiring members, you know all the metrics that it really comes down to a business, and getting the insights from you on how really simple it is and how scalable it is.
Yeah.
On having conversations with you, and so I mean I kind of want to hear your guys' biggest takeaway on the experience. We're, like I said, we're launching in 2 weeks. You guys are going to be able to watch the seasons as they progress. There's a lot of crazy things that happened, a lot of awesome breakthroughs that people had, and it was just it was the first time I was able to live 100,000 a month lifestyle. The lifestyle we lived out there was 100,000 a month lifestyle, and just being there, and like I said, raised our financial thermostat. And I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I know because I see you guys on the leaderboard, but your business has exploded after this experience. You made the decision to move out to Bali. You're hustling your business. 2 hours full time, which is awesome. I still love bringing that up. Nate's putting in about 5 to 10 hours a week max. And that's just it's just about using what we have in this day and age. So guys, you gotta watch the show. It's gonna be the most awesome thing. I was it was the first time I was ever working with a Hollywood camera crew, and what did you guys think about that? Having the mics on us all day, filming the scenes. Like, what do you think's gonna be? I mean, I don't want to give people any spoilers.
Right.
But,
no, I mean, it was just
your biggest play?
It was surreal to me, man. I'd never been mic'd up before. I'd never been in front of, in front of a $1,000 camera before, or however many $1,000, it costs. I'm sure it's pretty expensive. I'd never been in front of cameras like that. Never been around audio like that. Never been in an environment like that in general. So it was actually my first time overseas. So, the experience was one to remember, definitely. I learned a lot about mindset, having a routine. My financial thermostat was raised, absolutely. And I learned a lot about, I guess I should say that, like I said before, you're almost there. You never know how close you are if you give up. You'll never know how close you are if you give up. So being there really made me realize that I'm not going to give up, that I am there. You know what I'm saying? I'm already there, So that was my biggest takeaway, man. I just came back a whole new person, totally transformed, whole new mindset, whole new focus. And, I'm ready to live, man. I'm just ready to live life.
That's awesome. You guys pumped for Denver? We're all going out to our we have an event for the offer we promote online. We meet up every 90 days, and we have an event coming up in Denver, and we're going to be launching the show. So we kind of want to give you guys the first look. Now that you guys are going to be on our blog, make sure you click the follow button so you guys can get the updates. We're going to be updating the seasons and putting them in there for you so you guys can see it. We're doing a launch party, like I said, for over 1,000 people in Denver, and the company rented out a whole room for us because we just have this vision, and it's really exciting, and it's just crazy to see so many people creating another way of life. I mean, us three right here, we're not even the ones that are, we're not even the special ones. If there's so many people that are having so much success just utilizing these skills that people don't even know, who the stars are, because there's so many. If you're making $10,000 a month with the offer we're promoting, there's so many people doing it that people won't even know your name. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that just amazes me, because in the other opportunities I was in any other business, there's maybe 2 or 3 people that are making a full-time income, and everybody knows them.
Right.
But
they're like a superstar.
Exactly. And I know, I personally have seen, hundreds of people, that have replaced their income. They're doing this full-time, and they're not calling their grandma to join their business. They're doing everything online. I go to the pool all day, and I just open my laptop, do some work for an hour, and it's just that. And I'm so happy to see you guys, creating that lifestyle, from you, Nate, going from your 9 to 5 to now just living life, and you're about to make a move, to Tanner leaving his, full-time multiple 6-figure income to going online full-time moving to Bali, which he couldn't do because you can't show people houses. You know, you were a real estate agent. You were showing people. It just blows my mind what's possible in this day and age. And it's just crazy because when I first got started, you know, I was just like I was the first one to say, you know, once I see that it's possible, you know, I'm gonna you know run with it. And you know, once that first commission came in and I saw how easy it was, you know, it just I just knew I was good for life. And ever since then, you know, now we're all retired for the rest of our life. I mean, how's it feel, boys?
Feels
Oh my
amazing, man.
God. And the reason I love talking about it is because any single person can do it. You know, anybody can do it. And you're learning from people that have done it before you. And one thing I learned early on in my life from a mentor of mine named Tony Robbins, a lot of you may have heard of him. You know, I learned that the quickest way to success in anything you're doing, you know, if you want to, you know, get a good body at the gym, you talk to Tanner and ask him what he's doing. You know what I mean? You want to model people who have what you want. So that's kind of what I've learned in life. And we modeled people who had the success we wanted online, who were living it up on the beaches of the world, and now we're doing it. And we teach people the same thing, and they're doing it. So it's really just a decision about, you know, knowing what's possible. So we're kind of going to show you guys how we live on the show. You guys are going to see the seasons. Like I said, Nate was on season 2. He was there before us. I was on season 3, and Tanner was on season 4. So basically how it's going to work, guys, is we're going to have each season is going to have 5 episodes. They're going to be 10-minute episodes. And, you know, we did the most, you know, awesome things. I don't want to give you guys any spoilers, like I said, but we did some really cool stuff. And we got it all in footage by a Hollywood camera crew. You know, all the masterminding we did at the $50,000 a month house, all of the excursions we did, all of the really brainstorming and you know, things we did there, you know, is going to be available to you guys. So, you know, check it out. It's really, really awesome. It's the most entertaining thing that I've seen. A couple cuts, and it's really awesome. But you know, what else do you have to say about it, guys? I mean, I was just blown away by the experience, and I'm pumped to see you guys in Denver.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to see you guys, man. Tune into the show. You won't regret it, man. We had a lot of fun. Got a lot of stuff done. Learned a lot, man. So it was a great experience. Make sure you watch the show.
Yeah, you guys got to watch the show. What do you got to say, Tanner?
I was going to say, you guys just have to tune in and see what we were up to. We did a lot of cool things. The 4th season, there was my birthday at the end of May, and we did some pretty cool stuff for my birthday that I'm not going to dive into, but you're just going to have to watch the show to find out. But did a lot of cool things, gave a lot back to the community, and you know, you're going to connect with someone on the show. We have people from all walks of life doing this, different ages, different backgrounds, everything like this. And, you know, it's really going to blow you guys away and just show you what another way of life could look like, whether it's for you or for a friend or, you know, just anybody. So,
no doubt, no doubt.
I'm pumped, man. So yeah, let's close this out, guys. I just wanted to kind of, you know, I know we all have, you know, we have a lot of people that we work with on a daily basis. I kind of wanted to just put this together for anybody who's, you know, looking at our content. If you're on our website, you know, this is the kind of information we're going to be posting. We're going to be posting updates on the show. So like I said, enter your email address. And opt in. We're going to be, you know, letting you guys know how we're going to be releasing the seasons. It's going to be in about 2 weeks, and we'll keep you guys posted. So check it out, grab your spot, and I'm pumped to see you guys in Denver and see the first episode of season 1, episode 1.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
man.
See you guys.
It was great to talk to you guys.
See you.
Peace.